I never thought a simple grocery trip would end with me on my knees, sobbing in front of strangers. But when that security guard grabbed my arm and whispered those words, everything inside me shattered. My name is Amara. I'm a pediatric nurse at Children's Hospital in Atlanta. After a double shift saving lives, all I wanted was to grab some food and collapse into bed. I walked into Henderson's Market around 9 p.m., still wearing my scrubs with my hospital badge clipped to my chest. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead as I grabbed a basket and headed toward the produce section. That's when I felt it. Eyes. Not the casual glance you give someone in passing, the kind that burns into your back, the kind that follows your every move. I turned slightly and saw him, a white security guard, mid-40s, arms crossed, watching me like I was a threat instead of a tired woman just trying to buy dinner. I told myself it was nothing, just paranoia after a long day. I picked up some apples, examined them, put a few in my basket, moved to the bread aisle, then the dairy section. Every aisle I turned down, there he was, pretending to check his phone, adjusting his belt, but always watching. My heart started pounding, not from fear, from exhaustion, from the weight of knowing that even in my scrubs, even with my badge that read RN Pediatric Critical Care, I was still just a black woman in a store, still suspicious. I grabbed milk, eggs, and some chicken. My hands were shaking now, but I kept my head up. I refused to let him see me rattled. At the checkout, I placed my items on the belt. The cashier, a young white woman, smiled politely and began scanning. Then I heard heavy footsteps behind me. "Ma'am, I need you to step aside." I turned. The security guard stood there, his hand resting on his belt, his face cold and expressionless. "Excuse me?" I said, my voice steady despite the tremor in my chest. I said, "Step aside. I need to check your bag." The cashier stopped scanning. The woman behind me in line went silent. Everyone was watching. "My bag." I repeated, louder now. "For what?" "Store policy. Random checks." "Random?" My voice cracked. "You've been following me through every aisle for 20 minutes. There's nothing random about this." His jaw tightened. "Ma'am, if you don't comply, I'll have to call the police." My throat closed up. My eyes burned. I slowly opened my purse and handed it to him. My wallet, my keys, chapstick, loose receipts, a photo of my niece. He dumped everything onto the counter. People stared. Some whispered. No one said a word. He rifled through my things like I was a criminal, like my scrubs meant nothing, like the name tag with Amara Brooks, RN, was invisible. "Now your pockets." That's when something inside me broke. My pockets. My voice shook. Tears blurred my vision. I just spent 12 hours keeping children alive. I held a mother's hand while her son took his last breath. "And you're treating me like I stole something?" His face didn't change. "Turn them out." Now, I pulled out my pockets. Empty. He checked my basket, scanned every item, found nothing, because there was nothing to find. And still, he didn't apologize. I stood there, humiliated, tears streaming down my face, my hands trembling as I tried to shove everything back into my purse. That's when I heard a voice. "What the hell is going on here?" I looked up through blurred vision and saw her, an older black woman, maybe in her 60s, wearing a sharp blazer and carrying herself like she owned the building. Because she did. I said, "What is going on?" Her voice was firm, controlled, but laced with fury. The security guard straightened. "Ma'am, I was just what?" "Harassing a customer." She stepped closer, her eyes locked on him. "Do you know who I am?" He hesitated. "No, ma'am. I'm Dr. Claudia Vance. I own this store. My father built it 40 years ago so that people in this community, all people, would have a place to shop with dignity. The air in the store went still. She turned to me, her expression softening. Are you okay, sweetheart? I couldn't speak. I just shook my head, tears falling faster now. She looked at my badge, then at my scrubs, then back at the guard. This woman is a nurse. She saves lives. And you followed her, humiliated her, violated her privacy, and found nothing, because there was nothing to find. The guard opened his mouth, but she cut him off. How many white customers did you follow tonight? How many white women did you force to empty their pockets? Silence. That's what I thought. She pulled out her phone. I want the footage from every camera in this store for the last hour. And I want your supervisor here. Now, within minutes, the store manager appeared. A nervous man who looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. Dr. Vance didn't raise her voice. She didn't have to. This guard is fired, effective immediately. And if I ever see another customer treated this way, this entire location shuts down. Do you understand me? The manager nodded, pale and speechless. She turned back to me and gently placed a hand on my shoulder. Your groceries are free tonight. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I left that store with my head a little higher. Not because I got free groceries. Not because that guard got fired. But because someone saw me. Someone stood up when no one else would. Dr. Vance didn't know me, but she knew what it felt like to be invisible, to be suspected, to be treated like you don't belong in a space you have every right to occupy. That night, I went home and cried, not just for me, but for every Black woman who has been followed, questioned, humiliated, and silenced, for every person who has been made to feel small when they deserve to be seen. But I also cried because of her, because in that moment, she reminded me that we are not alone, that there are people willing to use their voice, their power, their presence to say, enough. So to anyone watching this, if you see injustice, speak up. If you witness someone being treated unfairly, don't just walk by. Your voice matters. Your actions matter. Treat people with dignity. See them. Respect them. Because we all deserve to be treated like human beings.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Black Diaries. Your support brings us closer to our goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers.